Well, hi everybody, and welcome to today's Kevin Kuretzky Show. It's Try It Tuesdays, so let's try some fun recipes. Have you ever been to a party and they served you Velveeta on a cracker? Well, that's not a great appetizer. I'm going to show you 3 simple appetizers on a budget that are delicious. I know you're going to love it. A few of these are my own, and one's from my mother. So let's get started, alright viewers? Today's appetizers are stuffed mushrooms, cheese breads, and spinach dip. All very simple to do, and I'm going to show you how. Let's start with our stuffed mushrooms. Stuffed mushrooms, people think, have a tendency to be very expensive and hard to make. Well, that's not true, because remember, here on the Kevin Kuretzky Show, to keep on a budget, we always buy things that are on sale. I look for when mushrooms are on sale, and I make sure that the ingredients are some I already have at home. So let's start. Are you ready? Our stuffed mushrooms consist of a very few items and a food processor. All I'm going to do is take the stems of the mushrooms, and by the way, I clean the mushrooms with a damp cloth. You don't want to put them in water because it absorbs moisture and it becomes too watery. I'm going to take the stems, I'm going to put them in the food processor. I'm going to add mayonnaise. It's about a cup to cup and a half of mayonnaise. And it's real mayonnaise. If you want to use low-fat mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, that's fine by me. And if I need more, I can always steal it from one of the other recipes I got going. Parmesan cheese, breadcrumbs to keep it binded together. The other half of the breadcrumbs we're going to use on top of the mushrooms. And then, of course, we have our garlic powder. And I just eyeball it. You know, I like a lot of garlic. Some people don't. I love paprika. Just a little bit in there. Give it some color. Black pepper. Now, this is an optional item. I love it in there, and it comes out great. Tabasco sauce. But if you don't like Tabasco sauce, you don't have to put it in. Just a few quick hits will give it the spice it needs. All right. So, what I'm going to do is, with the magic of TV, I'm going to put this on, get my food processor ready, and I have to tell you, I don't rehearse my shows at all, folks, but this I had to practice. Let's see how I did. Will he get it on the first shot? He did! I'm going to start on low. It's going to get a little noisy, but here we go. Oh, I should put the top on. Then I'm going to turn it off. I'm looking for a nice creamy consistency because all you're going to do then is stuff your mushrooms with it. Boy, it looks and smells great. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, I love that aroma. I'm going to take a little spoon right here. I'm going to take my mushrooms and I'm just going to stuff inside each one. Oh God, it smells good. I'm just going to do a couple of these and then we're going to move on to our next recipe. And I am going to stuff all of them, and at the end of the show I'm going to show you what they look like. I'm going to sprinkle on some breadcrumb on top. And of course, a little bit of cheese. I like to use 4 different cheeses. You can use whatever you like. You can make it a little healthier too by just using mozzarella cheese. So I'll do those, but let's move on to our next recipe. This one comes via West Bloomfield, Michigan from my mother, Eileen Kuretzky. It's one of her tried and true recipes for a party, and it's really simple. It's got 3 ingredients. It's got shredded Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese, and mayonnaise. Now again, you can use low-cal if you want to. Here it is. Are you ready? It's very tricky, so watch this. Dump the cheeses in. Then take about I'm going to use half of this to start. Because remember, you don't want to add it all in at once. You can always put more in, but you can't take out. By the way, the mayonnaise was on sale at my local grocery store. It was buy one, get one free. So look for those deals when you're doing that. You want to mix together the ingredients. We need a little more mayo. By the way, these recipes are not going, listen, I'm not your doctor. I'm a cook. So if you want to health it up a little bit, go ahead. You can use a whole wheat bread. Today I found a bread on sale. It's sourdough and I cut it up. into little slices. By the way, on both these pans, I sprayed just a little Pam or cooking spray just so nothing would stick. I'm gonna dollop the cheese on top. Then for a little color, I'm gonna take some paprika. Just a little right there to give it some color. And then I'm gonna put those in the oven too. By the way, the mushrooms cook for about 10 minutes on 350, and the cheese breads about 5 to 7 until they get golden brown. I'll show you those in the oven. So that's how you do the cheese breads. Our last recipe is personally one of my favorites. Now, you can make spinach dip or you can buy spinach dip. Today I bought it. What I did was I bought a sourdough bread and I cut out the inside and took the top off, and I'm going to take my spinach dip and I'm going to fill it in the bowl. Now, just because it's in a bread bowl doesn't mean on the side you couldn't have carrots or celery. And here, I love this. I can use that as my serving spoon. Put this to the side, and then with this part of the bread, I'm just going to rip it up, and they can be used as little, to scoop up the spinach dip. This is really fun too if you have kids. The kids love to rip the bread up and help you with that. Put it on a nice platter. Oh, this looks so good. I'm just going to finish ripping this up. Then I'm going to finish up the mushrooms, finish up the cheese breads, and when we come back, 3 simple party recipes. So in our next segment, we'll do that. Keep joining us and we're gonna taste all of this goodness. We'll be back right after this.